let's do part one of the NOSTR journey. I think it's important, and I just want to give kind of an overview of like why NOSTR is important. I talk about it a lot on the show, almost every day on the show, and I think that there's probably a lot of people here who have a NOSTR account just from watching the show. So the thing is, as I mentioned, I've been on NOSTR for almost 2 years now, and I'm still troubleshooting. I'm still learning new things, finding new features within the different clients, and how the whole thing ties together here. NOSTR is mostly being used as like a social media platform right now. I don't really want to call it platform or an app or a client, but that's what it's mostly being used for right now. Like if you looked at Primal, it looks very similar to Twitter. It's the same kind of thing. But the thing to keep in mind about NOSTR versus Twitter versus Facebook versus Instagram is that with NOSTR, when you sign up for an account, you get your NPub and your NSEC. So your public key and your private key. And I'd say the best way to do that, for like the first episode here, I'd say that if you don't have a NOSTR account yet, the best thing that you can do is just go to, on your desktop or on your laptop, go to nostrudel.ninja. And I'm going to bring it up here on, that's the address there. Oh, there's a little hashtag after it, but that's the address. I don't need to spell it out, but it's on the screen right now. And I'm going to bring it up here for you to see. So this is what it looks like. I'm not signed in on this right now, but you just go to sign in and you go to sign up. You put in your name. You can write a short description about yourself, or you can leave it. Keep in mind here, it says Jane. That's the username that they default to. Keep in mind with NOSTR, there could be 10,000 Janes. That's not how you find people on NOSTR, though. It's not like Twitter where it's like @Jane. This is just your name. And people can find you that way, I think, using different clients, but that's not how people will find you. So you put that in, you click next, and then they set you up with an NPub, a key pair. Very similar how Bitcoin works, where you create a new wallet. It gives you your public key or your receive address, and it gives you your private key or your 12 words, how it's interpreted to you. So it's the exact same thing with NOSTR. And once you have that key pair, you can actually go between any client that you want to. So let's say you sign up for an account on NoStrudel. You get your key pair, your public key, your private key. By the way, that's how people are actually going to find you, is your NPub. So that's a differentiator there between people. So like on Twitter, it's usernames. It's @Jane, @Jane123. That's how people find you on there. But on NOSTR, they use your NPub. That's how people will find you on there. So there could be 10,000 Janes, but you only have one NPub that belongs to you. And think of your NSEC, your private key. It's like a password. So that's not something you'll ever share with anybody. That's yours. Just like your Bitcoin private key. That's something you keep for yourself. And if anybody has access to that, just like your Bitcoin private key, they now own your NOSTR account. They now own your Bitcoin. So that's kind of the difference there between NOSTR and the legacy world. With NOSTR, you can take your key pair, your username, password, the NOSTR version of that, and you can go to any client that you want to. And client's just like a different app that you use. So if you go to NoStrudel, you can take that, you can jump over to Primal. Then you can jump over to Zap.stream. And you can use that same key pair on all these different clients, and it'll look the exact same. You'll have all your same followers. You'll be following the exact same people. All of your posts will still be there. The only difference between clients is some have different features. So if you look at NoStrudel versus Primal, they just have different features there. Everything else pulls through your followers, your following, and your posts. They're going to look the exact same on every single client. The difference is like some clients have better media. You can post videos on there. Some don't allow that. Some is more like an Instagram client versus a long form e-reader type thing. So they just have different features, different use cases. Each client will have a different use case and features involved with that. But you can take your same key pair and you can jump between all of them. And everything that you have, everything that you built will pull through to each different client. So when I say client, don't be like turned off by that. It's just an app. So if you went onto your phone, if you want to use a mobile device instead, the different clients that I use on mobile are Primal, NOSTR, and Amethyst is kind of my go-to one. So those are all different clients on NOSTR, but you download them just like you would an app from the App Store or Google Play Store. So I use Amethyst most, but that's what a client is. Again, you use your exact same login information, your key pair, and you can go into any client that you want based on what kind of experience that you want as a user. So I prefer Amethyst. That's kind of my go-to. But if something better comes up, I don't have to leave all my friends on there. I don't have to leave the people I follow and join a new thing. I can just take my username and password, my npub and nsec, and I can just go and use the new client. And so it's a very beautiful thing, and the incentive structure makes a lot more sense. So along those lines, NOSTR is it's a protocol. So I want you to think of it like a protocol. That's what it is. You think about email, you think about the internet, you think about Bitcoin. Those are all just protocols, right? And they're on, for example, the internet, all these different websites, all these different things built onto it, or email, there's Gmail, there's Hotmail, there's who knows what. Those are all just similar to clients on top of NOSTR. So NOSTR is the underlying protocol there that everything gets built on top of. So there's no real NOSTR app that you download. There's just different clients that are built on top of the NOSTR protocol. And there are a lot of different benefits of using this. I think that opportunity is number one. So if you're a Bitcoiner, if you believe in where we're going here in the future in a decentralized world, then the opportunity, I think, is the biggest thing about joining NOSTR right now. Because there's so few people on there, if you're putting out good content, if you're adding value to your network on there, there's a lot more consumers than there is creators on there right now. So that's the spread that you can take advantage of on NOSTR right now. The other part of that too is like zaps. I think zaps are the thing that set NOSTR apart and that we should be talking about most on there. Because if you think about going back, I like comparing to the legacy because that's what people kind of understand. But if you think about Instagram, if you think about Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, if you see a video on there and you really like it, or you learn something from it, or it made you laugh, whatever it is, all you can do on there is press the like button. And what's a like worth to anybody? Really, unless you're an influencer and you're making money off people watching your videos. Otherwise, it's nothing. It's just a totally illusionary thing that they've used because there was no ability to use zaps. So flip that on its head, just like Bitcoin does with everything. Flip that on its head. With NOSTR, you can actually send real value to people. So if you put out a post and somebody gets value from it, they learn something from it, it made them laugh, made them cry, who knows? They can send you value. They don't have to press like. They don't have to send this illusionary thing that we've gotten used to. They can send real value to you. They can send you 100 sats. They can send you 10,000 sats or 1,000,000 sats. But they can send value for how much they received in exchange for your post. And similar on your side, if you see a post that you like, I zapped one from Steven this morning for 888 sats. You just can't do that on any other platform. And it happens instantly. You don't pay any fees for it, and you don't have to ask anybody's permission for it. And the third thing I think that is a benefit using NOSTR over a legacy media platform would be the censorship. So if I said something on Facebook, let's say that, let's use Twitter because I think Twitter is more comparable at this stage. But let's say I've been building out my audience for 5 years, posting every day, posting videos, thinking up tweets, and finally, Elon allows me to monetize that. And so I say something that, Elon doesn't like. Well, he can just suspend my account on there. And then all of my followers, everything that I built up for these last 5 years is now worth zero because I said something that Elon didn't like. Whereas if that the exact same scenario happened on NOSTR, I went 5 years, I built up this nice network and audience on there. People appreciate what I'm doing. And I said something on Amethyst. Maybe the CEO of Amethyst didn't agree with what I said. So he bans me from posting on the Amethyst relay or platform. Okay, well, I'll just take my key pair, my public key, my private key, and I'll go use Primal. And even though they banned me on Amethyst, I can take my information, plug it into Primal, and I can keep posting there. I'm still going to have my feed. I'm still going to have my followers, the people I'm following. It's all going to look the exact same over on Primal. Whereas you couldn't do that with Twitter. You couldn't take your username on Twitter and your password and go plug that into Facebook and have all your followers on there. It's just not compatible. So that's the beauty of the NOSTR protocols. It's all compatible. It all works together. If you join NOSTR using Amethyst, it still benefits the whole ecosystem itself. So that has been NOSTR Journey Part 1. The why you should consider joining NOSTR today. Don't wait either, because the earlier you join, the more opportunity you're going to have. And, by the time your friends show up on there, you're going to have 1,000 friends on NOSTR, and they're going to be like, holy, what the heck have you been doing here? But it's true. It's like I spend all my time on NOSTR now. I don't even worry about Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's not real to me. So the best time is now. The best time was yesterday. Second best time is today. So again, just go to nostrudel.ninja, sign up for an account. That's your new key pair, and you can plop that in wherever you want to. Lucas, good to see you, man. Hit me on that NOSTR. I think I closed out a Zap stream. Oops. So if you would like to support, if you're on your NOSTR journey, if you've learned anything from the show or if anything from that, you can send some sats to Arnie. And if you're new to NOSTR or you're already on NOSTR and you just found this show today or this channel, all my information is in the show notes. So you can find our Living in the Future community there. You can find my email address, my website, and my NPub on there. So that's the easiest way to find me on NOSTR.